What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So two things. One, positive. After tricking off my combine yesterday, we were able to pass that today. I'll show you the exact trade that I took. Today was a terrible day in regards to price action. Terrible day. So combine, I did not make the same exact mistake. And actually, once we hit our profit target, I locked out immediately after taking one trade earlier today. So that trade, which I'll show you real quick right here, executions, was early on, right about here. So I have these levels set just kind of from earlier today, and on a 5-minute chart, this is what it was. Took profit right here. My mistake, and I talked about this in yesterday's video too, my mistake is because I'm trading I'm not syncing my accounts, let's just say that. I'm getting into the trades a little bit later, all right? But even with my Express account today, I was positive at some point and I got greedy. I didn't take profit. So on the Express account, once again, passing the combine, the Express account, I took a loss today. And the trade with this one today was right about here, same area. I took profit down here. And then at this retest, I decided to add, and then we pushed up. And so that was my mistake today. Trading, what is it called? My Express account. So my mistake and what I'm going to be journaling today is going to be exactly that. So once again, mistake today. This was it on a 5-minute. So I'll show you this a little bit cleaner on Topstep, and let me turn off a few different things so that way it's easier on the eyes, because sometimes it's going to be very confusing. All right. So this was the range that we were in today for the most part. First trade, like I said, was here. As we came down, I added, and then I sold one here, and then we continued to rally up. My mistake, and then we dumped. I should have just secured profit. I will show a video at some point on that process of me not taking the profit, me being up on the account. And once again, I'm going to journal that today on take profit. You know, if you're up, especially since the goal is just get this $2,000, and then from there, take profit. That should be my focal point versus trying to hit home runs. The win of the day, like I said, was the combine element. And with that also being said, because of my strategy, I'm also trying to test out a few trades right here. This is the same trade that I was anticipating earlier today, still in it. And I usually practice trade certain things and just kind of let that, do its thing just to see if I was right with my hypothesis of the day. What I saw this morning, if we go to the trading view chart, just so you guys can see it, was this. All right. So if we back test and go to the open, this is what we saw first thing in the morning. So after I marked my levels, these are my ranges right here that I saw. Okay. What I did not look at today is that we had FOMC meetings, right? And so I think that's really slowed things down, because originally I was anticipating a dump at some point to this monthly level or somewhere down here. This was where my original TP was. And so as I let this trade play out, I'll show you exactly what happened. So this was the first open candle. This was the second candle, third candle, right? And then this was pretty much how we started off the morning. I took my first trade off of this right here. Okay. This was my first trade that I took. And what happened was, it was right. We actually pushed down to where we need to push down. All right. I then wanted to add here. So obviously combine wise, we already hit it at this point. But when I got into my Express account, I was anticipating that we would continue down and not knowing that we would be consolidating for most of the day. And so we consolidated. We actually went back up. At some point, we went back up, and this is where I flattened my position and took that loss. So this was pretty much the day, right? And so what I should have been more patient about was waiting to get back up to this 4-hour level, which is this trade I'm testing out right now. This is a 4-hour level I have up here that I put in, and I'm testing one on MNQ. I'm also testing it on NQ2 because I like testing practice accounts and making sure that works. But same exact trade, same exact area. And so, yeah, so that is still valid. This is the 4-hour area that we have marked here. And so one thing that I wasn't patient enough to wait till we got back up here. So if we just let it play itself out, which I'll let it play. All right. This is our range. This was literally our range. And when I got back down to this downside on the practice account, because I did flatten and closed my position. I locked myself out from trading today. I just took another practice trade so I can just see like this is about a 200-point move right here that happened, right? So you could have gotten in there. And then another thing too was this is where we're at as of right now. Okay, so we got to that 4-hour area. Let's go ahead and turn this one off too. We got to that 4-hour area. And since getting up here, you can see we're down about 113 points. My original thought process was that we would at some point dump to the next monthly level, but we did not. We spent a lot of time today just consolidating. But that was pretty much it. That's pretty much how I was able to pass the 50K combine today. Looking back at it, like I said, I was able to wait for us to break up to have the range open. We broke up to the 5-minute, which I still see that we are sitting on this monthly level. Part of the videos, if you haven't watched it already, is anytime we deal with monthly levels, there's usually more aggressive pullbacks. Hence why I took this short right here, because I looked at this as the aggressive pullback. But what I could have done better was wait till we got to the 4-hour level and then see if we still have an aggressive pullback. But this was an aggressive pullback for me. I then took that trade. Crazy enough, we went to the 4-hour level that I had marked. And rather than taking profit, I got greedy, right? I saw the $1,000 day, $1,100 day, and just didn't take profit at that point. What I'm going to do better is next time that happens, just move my thing into break even. So worst case scenario, I can walk away with, $100, $150 on these type of trades. But that was pretty much it. This is what I was looking at the whole time. And so all my trades today were all shorts, and for a reason. And it's okay. Like I've been saying for some time, if we don't hit it in a day, it's okay. I'm understanding the bigger picture, and once again, just have to be better, right? And so I'm testing the same exact thing on NQ right now. I'm testing the same exact thing on MNQ right now too. The MNQ trade, I've been in it all day just to see if it takes me out and if that original strategy would have been right. But I got into this trade here. So if I would have hypothetically took profit here earlier, right, that could have been $300 with a 1 if I took that first trade, right? But I've just had it down at the TP all day just to see if we hit it or not. Focal point and what I'm taking away from today is same exact thing. Be more patient. Drawing my anchor VWAP, I need to see this faster too, as well as we are in a range. We have not broken out. And what I mean by that is if you draw a box right here, and it's a lot of boxes. But if you draw a box where the opening candle happens, so that is right about here. Here's your opening candle. Draw your box there. You can see that this anchor VWAP, this line is still inside, right? Most times on good days, we'll be below, and that will kind of give us an indication on the day. But like a day like today, we've stayed inside this range. Is it possible for us to break back down? Possibly. But on a day like this where the opening range is, and the anchor VWAP, for example, is inside the range, I'm learning that those are terrible days to trade. We've been literally consolidating all day, right? If I go to ES and look at ES too, right? ES was very similar to it, right? Still in the same opening range, right? And so these are things that I need to kind of do a better job at looking earlier. So talking to you guys about just passing the 50K combine, because I know a few of us have messaged me about that and asked me about just how to go about it. It doesn't matter if it takes, days. I mean, if you can pass it, then pass it. But this is a newer one. It took me about 11 days of trading days to pass it. So you can see the first day was the 30th, right? So there's 4 days, 7 days. And then as of this week, there we go. Sorry about that. 4 days. There's another 4 days. And then there we go. All right. 11 days. And one thing that I'm trying to get a lot better at is just my averages on the week, making sure that even if I do have losses, is making sure that my weeks, if I can keep it as net positive, then I'm doing better, right? If I can make sure that I'm not having, massive days of losses, then I'm doing better, right? And so this is what I'm going to be focused on for a majority of the year today. Like I said, my mistake, this combine shouldn't have been passed yesterday. Yeah, I made a huge mistake with accidentally trading this account and not locking it up. Because I realized that with practice accounts, if you reset them, which I do often because I like to test strategies, it constantly moves your combine down and whatever's on your screen gets refreshed. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to see how this plays out in regards to this trade that I'm just kind of eyeballing right now. But once again, we're still sitting on the same exact monthly level that we opened the day with. And there's a possibility that we could push down, we could push up, but we've stayed inside that range. But for those of you guys that want to know more about just passing 50K combines, my suggestion is just always take your time, do the micros. So trade MNQ or MES, create your ranges and your zones, right? So that way now you know, okay, I'm going to take this trade at this area, right? If I go back to the tape, right, and we look at trading view real quick, if we go back here, you'll kind of see what I mean, right? At the end of the day, if the market is opening at, for me, right, it's 6:30 a.m. right here. I have most times the levels marked up, right? And so if I'm already seeing that we're at and sitting at a monthly level right here. So I'm just trying to see how it reacts, right? And so and what I should have done better, like I said, it was we got a breakdown sooner. Like, let's say this was more to this 4-hour area. I should have just been waiting for this versus this first one right here. This first one right here, although it worked and I took the short and it worked, this should have been the area right here that I should have been anticipating. Like, let's wait till we get to this 4-hour level. And then from there, let's wait to see what happens and for the more aggressive pullback. Right. And so then if I would have waited for this aggressive pullback right here to the next 4-hour level, then I'm more relaxing. Right. And so just trying to be better at it and just trying to, learn from my videos and journaling and stuff like that. But just mark your levels, be patient. If you're risking, once again, and trading MNQ, understand that if you're taking a trade here, you have a lot more room, right? Once you have your levels. So my recommendation for those of you guys that are struggling to pass combines or any type of these challenges and stuff like that is just try to be more patient, try to mark off your levels, try to do things in between too. Sometimes I'm watching YouTube and other things too, just to kind of pass time and just wait. And then if you are using TradingView, you can always set alerts right on the chart. So at least that way, if you're away and it pings it, you'll get notified. So like an example of that would be something like this, right? If it gets close enough, I'll get a notification. So I'll get a notification that, or alert saying that, it's in the area. There we go. So that's your alert. I got it on my phone right now. So I can also, be anywhere and then I can come back to the screen if you need to. That's pretty much it. So I'm trying to do better with these daily videos, but this is how I was able to pass another 50K combine. And lesson for me today is take profit when you have it. Understand that when our anchor VWAPs are inside the range too, most times we're going to have terrible days in regards to like choppiness and stuff like that. So I got to just be better at that too. But see you guys in the next video and let me know if you guys have any questions or if you have any advice. I'm all for it too as well. We're all on this journey together and there's no ego here, right? I'm trying to learn and I'm new at this trading and at the end of the day, want to try to help people just like people have helped me in the past with just whatever is working and different type of styles. All right.